element on lithium reacting with chlorine. Okay. Now, there are also types of reactions. Like that one here, it's a direct reaction here. A single element reacts with another single element. Now, we might have a question like this one, where we are like a compound. As you know, a compound is a combination of elements. Like that one, we have lithium chloride is a compound. Now, suppose we have a reaction like this one. Sodium chloride reacts with, okay, I'll say magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride reacts with the sodium metal to produce sodium chloride and magnesium metal. So when in this case, you see a reaction like this one. This one is a metal and this one is a metal. This one is a non-metal. But this one is a compound reacting with a single element yielding something. Okay. What you need to consider is between the two metals, you need to know which one is more reactive than the other one. So the smaller the group number of a metal, the reactive it is. What I mean is that, or I may say, the smaller the charge of a metal, the more reactive it is. So, a metal which has a very low or a very less charge is more reactive than the one which has a higher, like the one in group 1 are positive 1, the one in group 2 are positive 2. So the ones in group 1 are more reactive than the ones in group 2. Like that. So now you need to consider these two metals. This one is found in group 1. So the magnesium is found in group 2, which means it has a charge of positive 2. This one is a charge of positive 1. So of course, sodium is more reactive than magnesium. What is going to happen here is there will be a replacement reaction. A more reactive metal will replace the less reactive metal, which is followed by an order of reaction like this one. AB reacts with C to produce AC plus B. Okay. In this case, magnesium chloride is the AB there, plus C sodium. Then this C must take A. Now here you can even rearrange it when you write it. If you want to write it like this, you start with a single metal, then you do this. So the same, don't get confused like that. So you might have this one is the single element. So now when we look at here, A is going to be C. Now if you compare, our A must be magnesium, then our B must be chlorine, then our C must be sodium. Now if C takes A there, which is specifically sodium there, this reaction cannot happen because this is a metal and this one is a metal too. So there is no reaction between metals. No. What you need to consider here is that from C there, since C is going with A, you look at the position of A here. What non-metal do I have on A here? So when you look at this position where you have A and B, the non-metal which is here, which C can take is chlorine. In this case, I can just also express it in this way. A plus BC is equal to AC plus B, if you want to get it properly. So A is the sodium, which is the metal here, plus BC, the compound you have, then equals to, then this one A, this A will go with C, and which is proving right. So if you got confused with this one, you can take this one. So A is going with this one expressed in the format you can see. Okay. Why are we doing this? Because sodium is more reactive than magnesium. So when you have a product of sodium chloride plus magnesium, how do you write the sodium chloride? How do you write the sodium chloride? I'll just demonstrate here actually rubber. So sodium is in group 1, which means that just one charge. And then when you go to chlorine, it is in group 7, which means 8 minus the group number of an element, which is 7, which is giving us 1. Now since it's a metal, we give it a negative charge. So this is positive 1, this is negative 1 to give us a 0 that I expressed it here. We have positive 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. So if these coefficients or these valences are giving you a 0, then you just cancel them and then you just put these two elements together. Then the product will be sodium chloride, okay, that, plus magnesium. This one, even if it is found in group 2 like this, it is not reacting with anyone, it has remained alone. So there is no need for you to start expressing its values and writing into the canceling equation. Anyone, because it is just remained alone. So just say plus magnesium like that. Then you have constructed an equation. That's like that. That's how you will write chemical equations. You consider the charges of metals, then you also consider their reaction, the state and the type. When you see if it's a metal, how it's supposed to react, if it's a metal, how it's supposed to react to. Now, quickly, before I end this video, make sure after watching the video, you can share it to your friends and anyone who can benefit from the video. Okay, let me show you another type. So this one is called a single replacement reaction, the one we have just done here. Now we also have a double displacement reaction. A double displacement reaction, where we have a format of AB reacting with CD to have AD plus BC. Okay, so this simply means that a compound and a compound are reacting. For example, I say hydrochloric acid. Should I say? Okay, yes. I say hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide. By the way, this reaction is called a neutralization reaction because this one is an acid, this one is a base. So, our hydrogen is going to be the A there. The chlorine is going to be the B. Sodium, C, and hydroxide. This is one compound here, hydroxide. So it's going to be the D there. And according to the format, we have A going with the D. So this hydrogen will take the hydroxide here. And then this B will go with the C. The C is sodium, B is chlorine. You don't start by writing the number, you start with the letter, you can just put them in the proper order. So you say sodium chloride. Okay? Like that. Then the product is going to be when you have hydrogen and another hydrogen with an oxygen molecule in between them, this compound is called water, where you have H2O. You have two hydrogen atoms, so when an hydrogen reacts with an hydroxide, it forms water. So you are going to have water plus what other? So you have remained with sodium and chlorine, which is the same as we expressed here, positive charges, canceling, then we will remain with something like that, which is sodium chloride like that. Then you are done with the reaction. Okay. This is how we saw about the double displacement reaction. Now let me give you a bit challenging question where we might have, let me show you quickly, an system which running in the graph. sulfate to do. So, okay. Under the simple displacement reaction, we have a reaction like where we have aluminium oxide plus. So I'll explain how it has come to this. Aluminium oxide plus, maybe we have okay, aluminum oxide plus, I'll say okay, I'll say aluminum plus sulfuric acid. Okay, like that. So this question you can relate coming from a single displacement reaction where you have A here reacting with BC, which would give you AC plus B. So when you relate this, you will see that B is the hydrogen there, then C is sulfate, and then A is aluminium. So aluminium is in group 3. There, which you will find that it is going to have a positive 3 charge there. After that, you need to also get this thing here. This hydrogen is going to remain alone. When you go to the periodic table, the proton number of hydrogen is 1 and so is the mass number. Now, what do you think these two came from? So at first, this was like hydrogen positive 1, then sulfur is a radical and it has a charge of negative 2. Now, since these valences are not equal, they can't cancel each other. They interchanged them. So they got these two from sulfur and gave it to hydrogen, and it became like this. We don't show the chart when writing it as a base when the two valences cannot cancel each other. So you don't show the sign here. You just bring this one here and ignore the sign, and then it will become the base at the bottom. It won't be expressed as a power. Then you bring back this one. This one is positive 1. Even if we take it there, we can't show the one there. That's why it came to appear like this. That's how it is written like that. So, now why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this so that you see that when you get aluminium, which is positively charged, and then we react it to sulfur, so you must be mindful that sulfur has a charge of negative 2. Which when you look at these coefficients or valences are different or they are not equal, so they can't cancel each other. They will be close. So this one will come to this one, and the aluminium will be written like this. Now, you write your sulfur there, a 4 there. These 3 from aluminium should go to sulfur or to sulfate there. Now, there is a 4 down here. How are you going to express your 3? You need to include the brackets, and then the 3 will be written there as a bottom number outside the brackets, which means this 3 is representing everything inside the bracket. So if they can ask you to say, what is the atomic number of, so how many atoms of sulfur in this compound? So the number of sulfur atoms here is that 3 times sulfur, you might have 3 sulfur atoms. The number of atoms of oxygen is 12. You multiply this one by this one. Yes. But except this one is not in the bracket, so this is not representing this aluminium there. Okay. So as we have just written, our product finally is going to be aluminium plus sulfuric acid, which is going to give us. So this compound can be called sulfuric acid, and at the same time it can be called hydrogen sulfate, depending on the situation if they have specified. Okay. So we have a product like this, aluminium sulfate plus the hydrogen is alone. Now hydrogen is a diatomic molecule. It is never expressed like that when written alone. but it bears a 2 to show that it is a diatomic molecule. This 2 is not coming from anyone. It is just that it exists as a diatomic molecule. Nobody gave this one hydrogen. Hydrogen is expressed like this in the periodic table. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, guys. So if we got the brackets, thank you very much. Like that. So I hope you enjoy the videos and then you learn and go through. So if you have a question, you can just put it in the comment and I will reply to you.